corporatism. It is a very big and very important part of our lives that we meet way more often than we ever think we do. But there is a corporate sub-branch, as I like to call it, which I like to always mention or add, which is, at least in my opinion, I believe, in this, especially in the modern age, very relevant and very important, and that is corporate art styles. Now, corporate art styles are almost everywhere nowadays. Before, they weren't really that relevant, and you'd see more of these sort of sharp art styles or more unique or differentiated art styles. Now they've all sort of conjungled or mushed together into this one corporate, smooth, flat-looking corporate art style. And, well, today I'm here to talk about my opinions on this art style and why I think it's good, but only when used correctly and in correct measures. So without wasting any more time, let's get started. Now, what do I even mean by when it's used in correct measures and when it's used good enough and so on? What I mean by that is that we shouldn't overuse this style, as a lot of companies have been doing as of lately. Because, trust me, I can count from the top of my head endless companies that are now using this flat and elegant art style. And I don't mean elegant in a good way, I just mean elegant as in smoothened out. But why do I think that this art style is on the one hand good and on the other hand bad? On the one hand, it's good because it actually looks really good. I mean, yeah, on its own, it actually looks really good. It's really readable, it's really simple to use and implement and so on. It's overall a really nice and simplistic system and a nice and simplistic art style to use. But on the other hand, it's also not good when you're overusing it. Because just like I just said, there are a bunch of companies that I could list just off the top of my head that as of recently or in the past year or so have switched over to use this new art style. And let's just say it's starting to get very, very boring. Like, I am all for having a sort of unified, little smoothed out corporate art style. I am all for that. But please, that doesn't mean you have to remove details or whatnot. But I think as of recently, and especially as of recently, this sort of corporate art style has turned from, oh yes, we want this art style because it actually looks good, to, oh, we want this art style because these companies are using it. And that's just wrong. Because then you have like a bajillion different companies that are using this style that could very well hire amazing artists that can do amazing art styles for their works. But no, instead we have to get these bland sheets of art styles, and I probably wouldn't even call them art styles, they're more just bland sheet styles. I mean, that's what they've honestly become as of recently, especially as of recently. And I don't want to be sounding like one of those old grams that like to talk about their good old days and whatnot, and who like to hag younger people with their good old days. But I mean, it really is true. Like, if I was to choose between a flat, bland art style and this crisp, nice, detailed art style, I would honestly choose this. I would 1,000,000% choose this art style. So the crispy, more detailed art style, more sharpened out style, over this bland sheet of paper, or whatever this style is. I wouldn't even call this art. And what's honestly one of, if not the most concerning things to me out of everything I've just said so far, is the fact that now this corporate art style has been more than ever prevalent in the video game industry. And okay, hear me out. I completely understand if you're like a solo game developer and you don't have that much time and or energy to put into your project, and you just want to make something simple, like a simple and fun indie game, then go for it. I am not saying that you should go all out on the art style, because of course the art style is not everything. But if you're a multi-billion or trillion or even $1,000,000 company that can afford artists, amazing artists that can make great artworks and art styles for your game, and you still choose a bland corporate art style, then I'm sorry, but I have nothing more to say than, or number one, you're just trying to save on money because money is all you think about, or number two, you're just trying to put this style into your game because you think you have to be the same as everybody else in order to succeed, or in order to be cool. But that's just not true. Like, that is just not true. You don't need to act like the 10 millionth white sheep on the field, okay? Like, you don't need to act like that. Honestly, you'd probably stand out more and succeed more if you actually had a better art style. But to round this video off, what could we as the users / players in this situation do about this? Well, there's nothing really we can do directly about this. Since, I mean, of course, we aren't the owners of these games and apps and whatnot that we use. But there are a few ways that I think we can improve the situation. But there are a few ways in which I think we can influence the way that these apps or games and programs or whatnot that we use take their art styles and art paths and so on. Number one, making suggestions via community threads. If that specific game or app or program has some sort of community like a Discord server, a Reddit page, and it must be official, or so on, or heck, even just a simple email that the developers have open for suggestions or whatnot, feel free to go there, type them suggestions about the art style, because that genuinely could help them steer them away from the bland corporate art style. Secondly, get more people involved in the art industry for apps, software programs, games, etc. And no, I'm not saying to try and force people. What I'm trying to say is that you should give more artists a chance to actually show their work and actually present their work, not just to the corporates, but also to the people using the app as well. Because I think that is a very, very big mistake that a lot of corporates do. And number three, and this is probably a very radical way of doing things, and I would only recommend this in the situation that none of the previous ways work, is to protest. Now, what do I mean protest? I don't mean going out on the streets and protesting. I mean, that is also an option, and a very legitimate option that has been used many times, especially as of recently. But what I mean by protest is protest by not installing their games, apps, or programs, not buying them, not buying their DLCs, not buying their subscriptions or anything, canceling your subscriptions and stuff like that, which will then make them lose money and in turn will force them to change it back. Now, this is a very radical way, and it's not guaranteed that they'll actually permanently listen to the people that didn't buy or cancel their subscriptions and so on. But anyhow, yeah, that was it for my quite long rant about this topic. I really wanted to rant about this topic because, I mean, it is just such an important and relevant topic, especially for recent times and future times as well, that I thought I just really needed to talk about this because, yeah, just like I said, it's very important to talk about. And yeah, I thought this would be just a smaller rant, but it turned out to be way longer than I ever expected it to be. I got very sidetracked and lost the track of time, but anyhow, yeah, I hope you all enjoyed this video. I hope you guys learned something new. I hope this video was interesting to you guys. Just as a heads up, this is all my opinion. I respect your opinion, but please do respect mine as well, as I am not trying to offend anyone or anything similar. And anyhow, that is it for this video, and I'll see you all in the next one.